Welcome back, folks. So, yesterday, I believe it was, my friend Dominik had an idea. Oh boy, how many bad ideas start like this? I mean, it was an excellent idea. So, basically, he proposed to me that, for a month, we try and study some sort of, I'd say martial art, but not art, specifically fighting style, and, see how far that we had no experience with, and see how far we could get in a month. I originally picked longsword because I am terrible at it, and for some reason I can't make my body do the things that I know it needs to do to make the longsword move. So I originally picked that, and then I changed my mind when I found that there was basically no way I'd learn it without a master, or because there's very few good textbooks out there. And the textbooks that are out there, generally you actually need a teacher to help you understand what they mean. And it all came back to I'd need a teacher, which at this point is probably not going to happen. So I wanted just something that I could try and teach to myself, and yeah. I actually had like 2 classes in how to use a longsword a year or so ago before the whole Kung Flu. And I thought I was at least capable of learning it, but apparently now I've lost all that after I taught myself saber fencing out of boredom. I like saber fencing now, apparently. Anyway, so he's going to be doing longsword stuff and see how far he can learn longsword. I'll be interested to know how that turns out. And I, on the other hand, am going to try and teach myself how to use a halberd. Now, I'm poor. Actually, I'm not that poor. I'm perfectly fine. But I'm not going to pay for a halberd, especially because I won't be able to whack my nephew with it. I'll need a practice weapon anyway, much as I would love to have a halberd. If I'm going to do that, I'm just going to make it myself. So instead, I made an utterly trashy practice halberd. Yeah, I actually made a nicer one than this, but as I was putting the head on, the shaft broke, and then I dropped the head, and then the head broke. It was really nice looking, and it was out of wood, and it would have been far better, but it broke. Which maybe means it wouldn't have worked so well, but anyway. So instead, I've got this styrofoam thing, and I just have to not hit anyone too hard or anything too hard. It's got reinforcement on this side, wood, and I put a little piece of metal wire in there and in the hook to strengthen it a little bit. And hopefully I will be able to use this in sparring with my nephew, who is, weirdly enough, basically a natural at longsword. I have no clue how. I try to saber fence with him, and he starts using his stick like a longsword. So I made him a better longsword practice weapon. It's a bit longer, and it has a cross guard. So we can, once I learn how to use this thing a bit more, we can spar with it and see how that goes. Anyway, so I'm going to get started, and we will see how far I get in the next month. He'll probably, my friend Dominik will probably put out some videos on his channel alongside mine. I don't know, and if he does, I'll put a link to them down below, and if not, then, well, too bad. I think he's supposed to, but I'm not sure. Anyway, this will be interesting, and I'll get started. See you next time.